Okay, well here is something that's really nice, a piece of vintage audio equipment. This is a Carver model TX-2 high fidelity audiophile grade FM and AM tuner. I got this unit mainly because it's gotten rave reviews back when it was first released of its ability to make distant and faraway stations that would otherwise be unlistenable on any other kind of receiver, listenable with practically no static whatsoever, no distortion, and no multipath interference. And let me tell you, this Carver has been nothing but excellent and been well up to the job and task that I've thrown at it so far. It does have the typical 1980s hi-fi audiophile component styling. It's a really nice unit. It doesn't have AM stereo decoding technology for CQUAM AM stereo, but the AM receiver in here is surprisingly wideband. Okay, so taking a look up at the front, we have the power switch. It is a physical switch. We have the volume, or excuse me, the signal indicator right here. I'll flick it on just so we can take a look at it and switch over to a powerful signal. And we can see that down here, actually, these are presets. You can control these, and you can see I've preset them into all of my favorite radio channels and frequencies so that I don't have to scan up and down. It's really nice and quick and easy to do. And all I've noticed that you have to do that is just get into the channel, press set. This will light up and then you press the number you want to give to that respective channel. Over here we have auto and manual. This will allow us, I've noticed, is it will find the strongest signals. It'll just keep going now until it finds another strong signal so you don't get all static. See, I'm pushing it now. It'll keep going until it finds a signal that has something on it. And most of the time it can lock in. It can lock into the signal, as well as it'll show you if it's a stereo channel. But when it locks in, there's no chance of it drifting. Unfortunately, a few of the stations I listen to are very, very weak. And while they do receive in stereo, the Kenwood wouldn't be able to do that. It can't lock into the signal, so sometimes there's some slight frequency drift. And manual is good if you have a really weak station that's not getting picked up by the auto scanner. You can do it one by one sequentially, so you can dial in the exact station you want to listen to. You can see it lights up stereo. So leave it on auto. We have FM and AM operation. This does have an extended AM tuner that can go all the way up into the extended band, all the way up to 1710. And it seems to be receiving something on 1710, interestingly enough. I have to take a listen to that. Up here we have these plastic buttons for up and down that you saw I was using to control the channels and the frequency. And down here we have an engage for the Asymmetrical Detector, which is this FM tuner's claim to fame. It has a noise and multipath switch that'll filter out all that multipath noise. There we can see we're already up to 5 on the signal strength. I'll leave both of these enabled because where I have the antenna placed is not the best, so it does get quite a bit of multipath from metal siding on the house. Now, this being an FM tuner, it does not have its own amplifier, so you need to hook this up to an amplifier, which is why I'm keeping this Kenwood receiver around for just some time until I can get myself a dedicated amplifier. This also did come with an integrated AM loop stick antenna. Unfortunately, that was lost with the sands of time. I have it somewhere, I just need to locate it, but it really didn't get that great reception. I'm actually just using my own antenna. You can see it's hooked up here. We have an AM and a ground connector for our AM antenna, and then we have a 300 ohm connector for FM, as well as a 75 ohm connector, which is what I'm using since I have one of those rabbit ear style FM TV combo antennas which I'm using with this unit. And we have the left and the right outputs to RCA jacks, and then from there it goes into my stereo receiver to be amplified. We can also see if we shut the light off and switch on our infrared. We can see that there are no unused icons. It's a very simple vacuum fluorescent display. Fortunately, the display on this is not worn out and is in good condition. It's nice and bright, because I've heard that it's very difficult, if not impossible, to replace these, as well as these push control buttons, which when they break, they're nearly impossible to replace because you end up breaking the rest of them because they've dry rotted over time. Okay, here's some foreign programming, I'm not sure. Let's go up to 1710, see what's on there. Doesn't seem to be picking anything up. It was before, though. Since there's practically no music channels on AM anymore, we're going to have to settle. I think it's 1250 that's got oldies. Let's try that. You can see it skips over it, so I actually have to switch this over to manual. Whoa! Something's creating a lot of interference.
Marathon, that's tomorrow from 10 a.m. until 2. 10 a.m. until 2 tomorrow.
Options that he can turn to.
'Cause I got time while she got freedom. 'Cause when her heart breaks.
So there we have it, the Carver TX-2 Audiophile FM AM synthesized tuner